Is KP on the verge of getting moved again, right after signing a huge max deal? Let's get into this. Just over a year ago, KP was traded from the Knicks to the Mavs. He signed a max contract and he was perceived to be the next Dirk-type player next to Luka Doncic. Now there are rumors going around that Porzingis might be on the move. The Wizards and Warriors are two teams that are said to have interest in Porzingis. It's just crazy how just not too long ago people were saying he's the next coming of Dirk, and now he could potentially get traded. If Porzingis were to move to the Warriors, I think that would be a pretty good fit next to Curry and Clay. If the Warriors wanted to trade for Porzingis, they would most likely have to deal James Wiseman, who's been a very promising big man. Wiseman has excellent footwork and is showing the ability to shoot the jump shot, and especially if he gets a three-point shot, he could be a very, very good player in this league for years to come. I'm not sure if the Warriors want to deal or would be willing to deal Wiseman in any deal for Porzingis, but if they were, I do think they have a pretty good shot at getting the deal done if they're serious about it. I feel like in terms of the Warriors, Porzingis is one of the best players they can get in terms of fit, just because he's such a great shooter and that complements Steph and Clay so well. He's a perfect big man that can spread the floor, dribble, pass, do anything you want on offense. KP does have a few drawbacks though. His defense has significantly declined ever since he got into the NBA, which is concerning. Every year after he got into the NBA, his defensive stats have been declining. If the Warriors are legitimately thinking of trading for him, they have to really take a look at his defense. Although his offense is absolutely perfect for their team, his defense is really getting significantly worse. The reason why his defense has been getting so much worse recently is just because he had 2 major knee injuries, which is really hard to get over for anyone. You could make the argument that KP is still recovering from his last knee injury, and maybe as time goes on, his defensive stats will get better over time. I think that's a pretty fair argument considering it's an Achilles and that typically takes 2 years to fully get back from it. The only issue is he's 7'3", which doesn't help his case, and he's young into his NBA career and he's already had 2 knee injuries. Now from the Wizards' perspective, I don't think it makes as much sense to go after a guy like KP. I don't really think Porzingis really fits that well with that roster, and also there's drawbacks like his defense and his contract and his injury history. Out of the two, Deni Avdija and Rui Hachimura, I think Deni Avdija has more potential in the NBA just because of his shooting ability, dribbling ability, and great passing for a small forward. The Wizards would probably also have to give up at least 1 first-round pick and maybe a second or 2. Now from the Mavs perspective, it's obviously not a good look that there's rumors going around that they might trade KP right after giving him a huge max contract. Mark Cuban came out completely denying the rumors that the Mavs were considering moving KP, but typically owners and presidents, GMs, they never really say they're going to trade a player, even if it's abundantly obvious that they're looking to move them, especially with the James Harden situation. The Mavs and any other team thinking about trading for Porzingis would definitely need to do a lot of thinking about a trade like this. I can't emphasize enough how good Porzingis is offensively. His shooting is just insanely good. It's just his defense is a big drawback, and teams really need to think about this. I think the rumors are legitimate that the Mavs are looking to trade or thinking about trading Porzingis. I do think it has a somewhat decent chance of actually happening. Out of all the teams in the NBA, I really do think the Warriors make the most sense to trade for Porzingis because I really think he fits in perfectly with their scheme and what they're trying to do. Porzingis definitely has a legitimate chance of getting moved either at the deadline or maybe they wait until the offseason or maybe they don't trade him at all, but I do think that there's a legitimate chance he does get traded. But anyways guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe you think he will get traded, maybe you think he won't get traded, and if you do think he will get traded, where do you think he will go potentially? Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and peace out.